order to stay in power, they ripped the country to shreds. You can't even hide underground.
When the Syrian revolution didn't yet turn into a civil war, I was assigned a job in secrecy to teach Syrians to make documentary films. Activists, artists wanted to document the revolution, but didn't have the means, either the knowledge of how to do that or the equipment. But we didn't know at the time who was paying. Now we know it was a European Union project. And that was an intimate contact I had with Syria, with the beginnings of the revolution, and Dudrim Karsley, the other director of the film, whose personal story is the story of Little Syria.
If you ended up in a detention center, you know you are dead. But if you made it out alive, you were reborn.
That's also a fact of our time, like the funds which were coming from the European Union, they were, of course, meant to build democracy or meant to further human rights. As an anecdote, Internews, the organization, is now on a blacklist of Trump and his henchmen because they think it's a leftist Antifa organization.
This is where I grew up. We used to live here before the revolution, in this apartment. When the protests finally reached our area, Babila, the regime started the shelling.
I would say it's a production of 15 years, but it includes footage filmed over 20 years because it includes even the absolute first images the other co-director who's not here, Rim Karsley, recorded. And there were many ups and downs also because we didn't know what film we are gonna make. Like, sure, at the beginning it was documenting the revolution, and then we continued to film, and then it's basically we could have made many other films, but I think what's particular is that we continued to film until we had the trust of each other, including the characters, without the pressure of money, just continued to film until the fall of the Assad regime.
يعني يفوتوا واحد على المزرعة معلم يطقوا 3-4 طلقات قدامنا ويطالعوا ويمسحوا التم مثل المي.
شفت الجثث؟
عادي معلم بتشوف
بليبيا بتشوفها على طريق
بتشوف حتى على الشط.
We weren't waiting for it. We didn't expect it to happen, but when it happened, it was very clear that this is the way also the film can end. It's not the end of the story, because the story very much is of the Syrian diaspora. Reem and her brother and her boyfriend, they became refugees, so their life changed in very, very many ways.
When it comes to descending and the fall of the Assad regime, me and Reem, we used to have this discussion like for many years. I was always thinking that it's gonna fall somehow. I say as a Romanian in the sense that one of my first memories is the fall of the Ceausescu regime.
So at one point you were starting to not believing that this is the moment Assad will fall. It couldn't be so easy. There must have been some complicity of the Russians who were there. It wouldn't have been possible if the rebels would have not organized something. I think it's very improbable that it happened just like that.